sun gets dark and going down. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, no, it's dark and going down. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, no, no.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Let's get right into it, child. This is episode 25. Episode 25 of Love During Lockup. This is a hot mess, child. This is a hot mess. The flags are flagging, but for some reason, these people are missing the flag waving, child. They don't see it. They blind. They Ray Charles to the bull crap. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, welcome back to my channel, Just Des TV. Thank you guys for stopping by. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe, and definitely subscribe. I am trying to reach 200. I only got 15 people to get away. Let's make it happen, people. I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching my video. Let's get into it. So we started the video with Teeny still talking to Rob in a restaurant. I initially, last episode went off with her walking away. I'm like, all right, she walked away, you know, good for her. But clearly the mother coaxed her back in to sit down, which I don't even understand why, because this is the mother playing games with her. Child. All of a sudden she's trying to get up and the mother want to talk to her. And I'm just like, boo, you should have went with your first thought. You should have never backtracked, because the mother playing it in your face and you clocked it, and then she turned around in the confessionals and come with the bull already. But you should have went with your first instinct was to walk away because you recognized the bull and you backtracked. That was on you. And this mother, this is an ain't shit mother. And I'm just being honest. This is what you see. When you see this lady, just know that she ain't about shit. Just so y'all know. Teeny said she's not sure. She want to go through this. She was telling literally she was talking to producers. She was talking to the producers because the producers, she was looking at them when she said it. So she was talking to them and letting them know like she don't really want to go through it. She want to leave. But against her better judgment, she sat down and had a full-blown conversation with this lady, and the lady talking about, oh, you know, because she explaining herself. But that's what people who manipulators do. They want to get you on the defense. They want you to start explaining and stuff like that, so they could keep you, so they could hook you, and then they come with the 1,000,001 questions, and have you constantly always explaining yourself and with the arguments and stuff. Because the mother started out on 10. Then when she reached the 10 and was like, oh, I'm not doing this in a healthy space, she kind of like settled down because she wanted to get her point across. Like I said, if you really didn't want to come and talk to this girl, then you should have never been there. You should have just left. Period. Just leave. Just leave. You didn't have to stay. So the mother is kind of crazy. She struck me as crazy. The stuff that she was saying was crazy. She was saying some off the wall stuff. And her main focus was getting money. You could tell. Because the mother disclosed something to her, which we're going to talk about later. The mother disclosed to her something that she didn't know. And the mother going to tell her, which this was her admitting to Teeny her motives. Because if you let people talk long enough, like I always say in my videos, if you let people talk long enough, they're going to tell on themselves. Every time. If you let them talk long enough, they're going to tell on themselves every time. And the mother going to say exactly what was going on in her face. And she said, I need you to feed me. And that's what energy vampires do. That's what energy vampires want. They are there to consume your energy. That's what they're there. So that's why she's trying to tell her, like, I needed you to tell me all of this stuff that's going on, because I didn't know. Why does she have to tell you anything? If anything, you should be having this conversation with your son. Y'all supposed to, that's your man, that's your homie, that's your son, y'all supposed to be having these conversations. There's no need for her to be a third party in this conversation and explain anything to you, ma'am. These are the conversations that you should be having with your son, not this woman. See that unhealthy relationship? See the triangulation? Child, they doing it. They weird. The mother is weird. The son is weirder. The mother continues to make this conversation about herself. She keep bringing it back to herself. Oh, I was born in da-da-da-da-da, dire straits and da-da-da-da-da. She keep bringing it back to money and she need help. Everybody need help. It's 2024. Rent is sky high. Everybody need help, ma'am. Everybody need help. It's not about you. You need to be able to pick up yourself and take care of yourself. It's not 1960 anymore. But anyway, we're going to get to that later. So we cut to Ayana, and she cleaning her house because she got to leave. This is the last time she got to, this is the last time she got to be in that house because she's getting sentenced, I think, the following week. And all she keeps saying is, my man, my man, my man. Literally everything that comes out of this girl's mouth is about her man. And I'm just like, I told y'all, she's one of those girls that constantly needs a man in her life. Constantly needs a man in her life. Constantly needs a man for validation. Needs somebody in her life. She's one of those. This girl, to the point where this girl said this stuff to the point where she is willing to miss her court date to go visit her man. Clearly something is wrong up here. And the reason why I say that is because you're not thinking about your kids, your son, nor your little 2-year-old daughter. And towards the end, we're gonna put it all together. But for you to say that you're willing to go on the run and miss court to see a person that is in jail that probably would not do the same for you is weird to me. And you have 2 kids, ma'am. It's weird to me. It's weird to me. Get your mind right. Stop focusing on the peen and get your mind right. Yo, I was so upset when she made that statement because her 2-year-old daughter was sitting in the back of the car. And this lady fixed her mouth and told her friend Lex. I think Lex was the one that was on Jocelyn's Cabaret. But anyway, I digress. She fixed her mouth to tell this girl, her friend Lex, that she's willing to go on a run for this dude that was dealing with her best friend that she had a falling out with because of him. And you really to go on the run and miss your court date and you have 2 kids? Where's your priorities? That's all I'm going to say. Where's your priorities, ma'am? Where's your priorities? Then Lex gets on the phone and she's asking him all of these questions and he giving her these bullcrap run around. And I'm just like, here's the okie doke, child. Here's the okie doke. Let's move on. So then we meet a new couple. They introduce somebody new. Rick, who is 58, and Samantha, who is 56. So Rick is out shopping with his nieces. He's been dating Samantha for 3 months. They reconnected after 35 years. He got divorced, found her in prison. I don't know how he found her, but he just said he looked up, he sent her a letter, and she came in one day, and there was like a manila envelope, and it was like a phone and stuff like that, and I guess the letter, and they was talking. Okay. I don't know how that works. They were together in high school. He claims that he was a ladies' man, but they were together in high school, but it was something about her. It was something about her. He sends her like $125. He didn't say how often he sends her that because the niece was probing and he wouldn't divulge that information to her. But I just know that he's one time sent her $125. He doesn't have any children, Rick. He doesn't have any children. So he kind of like grew up with his nieces grew up with him. And one of his nieces is a correction officer. And he tells them that he wants to get married to her and he already proposed to her and she accepted. So the niece that's a correction officer is like, listen, I don't want you to get bamboozled. I don't want you to be led astray because I read the emails. I know who these people be talking to. They always talking to more than one person. Like she literally broke it down because she's in there. She says they tell their wives one thing and then they be talking to the girlfriends and the girlfriends are the ones sending the money and then they don't know how it is by the time they get out. That is the truth. That is what happens. They be talking to several people at the same time. I told y'all when I first did this, I was dealing with somebody when I was younger in jail. He claims that he wasn't dealing with nobody. He didn't have nobody else. But I come to find out the same chick that he was dealing with for years and years and years and years and years, she would come and visit him in prison. And I came to visit him like twice. But I was just like, I'm a little girl. I'm in high school, you know? So I was just like, I'm not about this life. But anyway, yeah, they will lie to you and say all of this stuff to you, and knowing that they are speaking to more than one person, getting from more than one person, having these conversations and telling I love yous to more than one person. Trust me. Now we cut to Joey. He back at his parents' house. His family is really upset about him relapsing when they found out that he was relapsing. Y'all know from my last review that the sister divulged that he had relapsed before Michael went into prison. And him and Michael's making it seem like it's not a big deal. It is a big deal. That is a big deal, especially if somebody who has a history of addiction, that is a big deal. The only concern that Michael is really having is the fact that he don't want them to blame him for the relapse. But he was doing fine before he met you. You the one who caused the relapse. So why would they not blame you? But Michael's really nonchalant about it. It's just, I don't know what's happening with them. Michael goes for his parole. He goes in front of the parole board in 6 months. Child, he ain't even getting out no time soon. And he's supposed to be I said 6 months. 6 months is a long time to be just going in front of the board. So this is what he's telling him. So he keeps changing his story. And Joey really wants to know, like, dude, when are you getting out? Because every time we have this conversation and, I try to get the information about you from you, you tell me something different. You don't want to talk about it. And Mike was like, well, there's some things that you need to know and some things that you don't need to know. Huh? Y'all are in a relationship. You're in prison. You want him to sit around and wait for you? And y'all supposed to be in a relationship, and communication is key when you have this kind of dynamic in a relationship. So communication is key. So for you to sit there and tell me there's something that you need to know and something that you don't need to know, huh? That's not adding up, because that's the only thing y'all can do is have conversations. Michael then goes and tells the cameras that he may have to stay in jail for 6 years. 6 years. He said he might have to stay in prison. And Joey is like in the confessionals as well. And he's like, I really don't know how long he got to do, how much time he have. And he might have to do 5 years. And I don't know if I'm going to be here if he has to do 5 years. But this dude talking about his a potential 6 years. Who's doing that? This dude is already 46. Who's doing that? And then he send you money, $50 every week. Child. I'm telling y'all, I said it last time, all y'all better run. Anyway, so now we shoot over to True and Shantae. So True is in the kitchen cooking. And he in the jail kitchen cooking. He learned some new recipes because he's trying to be a chef. They're going to have a cook-off when he get out. And he cooking a seafood omelet. He said he had never had squid before until he reached it in prison and tried it in prison. But I'm assuming that's a part of his seafood omelet. Child, I don't know. Whatever. He didn't say the ingredients. It looked like fake crab and some other stuff. Anyway. Then we cut to Shantae. She's in the kitchen as well, but she's with like a restaurant advisor. So it's like a woman who owns a restaurant, and they cook an African dish, an African soup. It's I can't remember the name of it, but it's like an African soup. So she wants to start. She wants to start a business, so she's starting to do her research and all of that stuff like that. She said she didn't want to start the businesses until she had $25K saved up, and she was almost there, and then some money got stolen, so she had to start over. But my question to you is, the last episode you said that you had spent $30,000 on this man in prison. Why didn't you use that money towards your restaurant? It's just a question. It's just a question. Drop that in the comments and let me know if y'all thought the same thing. Because if you needed $25,000 to start the restaurant and you had $30,000 to invest in this guy that's in prison, why didn't you use that money for your restaurant? Just a question. Just a question. That's it. So the restaurant advisor tells her that money changes people, which I've always known. Money changes people, and she shouldn't get involved in owning a restaurant with another party. She should do it by herself. Because you don't want them to walk away and take away all of the things that you worked hard for, that you earned that. You worked hard for it, and they'll walk away and take it, child. And I agree. Sometimes you need investors, and sometimes you need partners, and sometimes you don't. So it all depends on your outlook and what you want to achieve. But people do it, people be peopling. Anyway, so we shoot to Anaya again, right? So we finally find out, because I was always thinking in my head, where is the son? Even though she said she had a son, I was just like, we never see him. She really only talks about the little girl. Where is the son? So we come to find out that the son lives with the mother. She had the son straight out of high school. She wasn't equipped to take care of the baby. The mother ended up getting stuck raising the kid. And he stayed there ever since, right? The mom, sidebar, is beautiful. She looks young. For her to have this year-old girl, I don't even remember how old this girl is, but for her to have that year-old of a girl, she looks beautiful. I said, she looks youthful, child. Yes, she looks younger than the daughter, in a sense, right? So this girl is having a conversation with this dude on the phone, and she's showing all of her body. And she's in the confession talking about, oh, we're not supposed to be showing our body, but I don't care, because they be watching the tapes, and I don't care. I'm going to show all of it. And she's showing her boobs. She's showing her boom. She's just doing it all. And then she's going to say, oh, I love sex. And I'm just like, girl, your priorities. I'm going to just keep saying this with her. Her priorities is in the wrong place. She too busy focused on my man. She need to be focusing on her kids. Child be gone. And she doing all of this and clapping her cheeks, and the kids is in the next room. She told him that he better not, when she get to finally get sentenced and they can't really keep in contact, that he better not be talking to other females. He was stuttering and carrying on and lying. Did y'all hear that? And then she talked about, oh, he better not be talking to other chicks because I'm going to end up having to stay in there longer than 90 days. I said, see, you keep saying that. That means your priorities is in the wrong place, ma'am. Your first thought should be your kids. Like I said, your kids. She's only thinking about herself and her own feelings. And like I said, get it together, sis. Get it together. And your friend, Lex, ain't your friend because she's not telling you any of this that we know of. I'll say that we know of. Because there's no way I'm going to have my friend out here looking like this and not say nothing. Even though after a while I probably won't say nothing if they don't listen. But I'm still going to initially say something. And keep saying something until I'm just like, all right, this girl is just dumb. But this girl, she crazy. Y'all gonna see at the end. So then we cut back to Tenny. And she's still upset with the conversation that she had with his mother. And then this sucker didn't call to check up on her. So she deletes all her cameras. She took him off of all of the cameras in her house because she's mad at him that he didn't call to check on her and see how the conversation with her mother went. His mother went. And I'm just like, you call her for everything else. You call her if the cameras is out, and you can't call her to check up on her to see how a conversation with your mom went, knowing that it's a tumultuous relationship. Again, you dropped the ball. You put her feelings in jeopardy, and you're not caring about her feelings. Didn't I tell y'all that my last review that he hung her out to dry because he is letting her take the brunt of the brunt of his mother's anger, knowing it should be on him. That's because he's not protecting her feelings. Girl, the signs are there. The signs are there. I'm just gonna keep saying that. So the mother told her that he gives her allowance every week. Now, when she left, before she left the conversation with her mother, the mother made a statement like, oh, yeah, and just tell him that 100 is not enough. He needs to up it to 175 a week. And I'm just like, he's giving his mother $100 a week. She don't know about that. You withholding information, and that is a problem. Is he giving you money for gas? Is he helping you in your household with any of these bills? But he's sending his mom money every week. And now she wants $175 instead of $100. And then she told you to pass that message along to him. And she didn't know about that information. And he's like, oh, that's stuff that we're going to discuss when I come home. Don't you think that that's something that we need to discuss now, so that I know, like, this is what's happening, this was going on? If y'all are married and y'all finances are intertwined, that's information that you should not be withholding. But it is what it is. Y'all like it, I love it. He is also withholding the fact that he has a tattoo of his ex-girlfriend's face on his shoulder. And he think it's funny. He's in the confessionals laughing like if it's funny. This girl is invested. She has 2 kids that are not yours. We come to find out that her 2 kids, the little girl's father died when passed away when he was. The little girl's father passed away when she was 1, and then she said that the son's father is like non-existent. So I'm assuming that he just left. This is a whole shit show. Just so y'all know. She's invested. And you think it's funny that you got a tattoo of your ex-girlfriend's face on your arm that she's going to have to look at and see every day from the time you get out. And how's that going to make her feel? Again, not protecting her feelings. Just so y'all could understand. He is not protecting her feelings. He is not safeguarding her feelings. And as a partner in a relationship, in order for her to thrive and be the best her that she can be, he has to instill certain things into their relationship. He's already omitting one of those things, and that's her feelings matter. He's not protecting her feelings. That is not good. It is what it is. When he calls her, he's like, "Oh, did you talk to the cable company about about why there's no access for me to the cameras?" That's his main concern. Why is he so concerned with the access to these cameras, as opposed to anything else in their relationship? But the access to the cameras is the most important thing in his life. I'm disgusted. Anyway, he drops another bomb on her. So this is 3 in one episode. 3 bombs that he dropped on her in one episode. And she's still hanging on. Child. He says he spoke to his case manager, and his case manager advised him that he should not take parole now, because if he take parole, he's going to have to do all of this stuff like do a piss test and go visit and have conversations with them, blah, blah, blah. So to avoid that, he should not take parole parole when he sees the board next month, but they're going to add another 2 months. No, another 60 days to his thing. So that means he's not coming out in a month like they expected. He's coming out in 2 months. She's upset because she's been doing this for 5 years with this dude. She's been back and forth taking her kids up there every weekend for 5 years. She promised her daughter that he would be at her birthday party. too much withholding. And they used to that because they in prison. You think he's going to be straightforward and honest with you when he get out? Girl, I think not. I think not. I think not. So yeah, so the crazy thing is, which I wanted to discuss with y'all was, in her confessionals, we talking about Teeny now. In her confessionals, she knows what's up. She articulates to us what's up. But for some reason, there's a disconnect. And I don't know what it is. Why she can't take what she says in the confessionals. Oops, sorry, my camera almost fell, child. I don't understand why she can't take what she say in the confessionals and apply it to what's happening. I'm weirded out. I don't understand that, because every time she get in them confessionals and she use her words and talk, she articulate what's happening. So she's cognizant of what's going on. She's just not implementing what she needs to do, because even with the mother, she was able to articulate what's happening and understand what's happening in the moment, but she still sat down and still entertained that mother in that conversation, knowing she should not have. I don't understand the disconnect. I don't. And then also, all of these inmates on this show, they withholding information from their partners. And I don't understand what makes the partners think that they're, oh, sorry, I keep going off the camera. I don't understand what makes the partners think that they withhold the information while they in prison. You think they not going to withhold information while they free and out and about and be able to move around and do how they want to do? It's going to get worse when they get out. So I'm not understanding that all of them saying, oh, I got a secret to tell. Oh, I got a secret to tell. And I'm just like, y'all are bugging. Y'all are bugging, because this is over the top for me. So then we get back to Shantae. And Shantae meets up with her stepbrother, the same stepbrother that set her up with this guy, True. She had a falling out with him a while ago, because $5,000 went missing from her safe, and he was the only one in her house outside of her kids. He's saying he never took the $5,000. If it's just you around and the kids around, who took it? Who took it? Unless you invited company over and they took it. He said that she told him about the safe, but she never knew. He never knew where it was. That don't mean you can't go look for it. Everybody keeps their safe in the bedroom, in the closet, like whatever. However it goes, we know in that area, that's where the safe is gonna be. In a wall, behind a picture, like the classics. So all it had to do was take for you to go a little bit of snooping. And 9 times out of 10, a lot of people set their passcodes as their birthday, like familiar things. So all he had to do is finagle and play around with the numbers. Are you joking, sir? It is what it is. We're gonna keep it moving. He said he didn't steal the money. True calls while they was sitting down there talking. True pressed him about the money, like, yo, son, you need to run that money. You need to run that money. Basically, long story short, you need to run that money. You could tell he pressed. So now he tells her. Now the stepbrother decides to tell her she don't know what she getting into with him. Oh, with True. They was in prison for a while together, I think 6 months or something like that, and she don't know what she getting into. But you're the one that hooked him up. He claimed that because she asked that question too. He claimed the reason why he hooked them up was because he wanted her to have somebody to talk to, but he didn't know it was going to get this deep. Right. Okay. It's yeesh. just gross to me, all around the board. You should have disclosed this information 2 years ago when you initially met them. You should have been like, nah, that's not the one, whatever. But yet you allowed them to, whatever. We're going to keep pushing. So we finally get to Ayana again. And, you know, the reason why she's here is because she's asking her mother to also now take her 2-year-old daughter. Now, the mother already raising the son. And I think he's 9. So that means she already had the son for 9 years. And now you want her to raise your 2-year-old daughter. And then what's going to happen when you come out of prison? You're not going to take her back either. So this grandmother going to be raising these kids. And you're going to be ripping and running the streets. Giving it up. Because you're so addicted. Like, what's going to happen when you come out? You're not going to take the little girl back too? It's going to be the same excuse. And then judging from your attitude, from the way you was talking to your mother, that's what you're probably going to do. Because you was mad, disrespectful, and rude to your mom. Like, out of pocket. By all means. Out of pocket. She called her mother sis. She called her mother sis. I was like, I had to pause it and rewind it. Like, yo, did she just call her mother sis? Mad rude and disrespectful. Yeesh. She telling her mother that she needs to pick up the pieces for her. See what I'm saying? Priorities is in the wrong place. She's mad, disrespectful, and rude. Talking about, that's what my man is there for. Well, clearly he's not there because he's in jail. And the person who's picking up the pieces for you is your mom. Because you're clearly here to ask her to watch your daughter. Girl, get your life together. Get your priorities in order. Get your life together, child. Get it together. If I was that mother, I would dump both those kids on her and tell her to figure it out. But that's just me. It is what it is. And it goes off like that. Child, we're going to be back for episode 26 in another couple of days. Child, this is a hot mess. That whole scene that she had with her mother pissed me off to no end. I was just like, this is why you can't raise these kids in a certain way. Because they entitled. She's entitled. Because how you going to tell your mother that she needs to pick up the pieces for you? Ma'am. That's all I got. We're going to end it here, child. We're going to end it here because she was making me mad, that girl. Anyway, thank you guys for stopping by. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.